Hey everyone, thanks for coming. Danielle was talking about her cat, kind of reminded me, we've been actually, my girlfriend and I have a cat at home. He's been having some health problems lately, and I was real worried and real bummed out. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, it's my little guy, what if he dies on me? And then I felt immediately better because I instantly thought of his funeral plan. It's a Viking funeral in a public swimming pool. My cat loves two things, Game of Thrones and ruining someone's afternoon. We're in my favorite time of year. It's spooky season. It's Halloween. It's the best time of year ever. I've loved it so much that I used to work as a zombie at Halloween Horror Nights for a year. And I want to tell you my favorite story from doing that. The section I was in was like a short, like narrow hallway, like a cattle fence. And you would have to go through it, and I'd lean over and bar and swipe at you, and fun. One day it was real slow. And I could hear people coming from a mile away, and there was a kid there just trying to impress his girlfriend, and the only word this kid knew was, like, that was how he described everything. And I was like, oh, I cannot wait to get this little brat. And he came up, and I went, and I got a running start in a field, jumped off of a chair, landed with my feet on a platform, let out like this Norwegian death metal Lou Ferrigno roar, and just swiped at him, and I swear to you, in the fraction of a second, he mushed his girl in the face, tried running, tripped, hit his head on the fence. Oh, oh my God. Why does an ER doctor? He has saved lives. He has never felt the job satisfaction I had in that moment. If you went to Halloween Horror Nights in 2012, you have like a 1 in 80 chance of seeing a zombie throw up and like in his mask from laughing too hard. It was the best night of my life. Halloween's always been my favorite holiday. When I was in 2nd grade, our teacher was just teaching us all like what the different holidays are, you know, what each one means. And she would go kid to kid, like, what's your favorite holiday? And one kid's Christmas. What's your favorite holiday? Thanksgiving. And then she came to me and said, what's your favorite holiday? And I was the only kid who said Halloween. And she said, why is Halloween your favorite holiday? I swear to you, as an 8-year-old, I said, because for one night I'm somebody else. You know, there was like 8-year-olds who are really good at violin or math. I'm a prodigy at sad. That's what I call that. I had totally forgotten that this had happened until I ran into her when I was 17 at a shopping mall. My 2nd grade teacher greeted me by going, how are you? When you teach a kid like capitals and primary colors, maybe you shouldn't bring like a walking wrist scar. Like, that seemed a little intense to me. It was weird. This is the only time of year that actually I kind of get wistful and kind of miss home. I'm from Massachusetts, and that's like the only thing that I really miss from there is like Halloween season. Everything other than that, like, if you think that Massachusetts is like a liberal, progressive bastion, congratulations. Apparently you went to Harvard and no one told you, because that's the only nice place there is. The rest of it is a nightmare. Last time I went home, I went into a restaurant with my family, went into the bathroom. There was a row of 7 swastikas written on the wall. Not really true. There were 6 attempts at a swastika and 1 where the guy nailed it. Like, it looked like he had squashed 6 spiders and really wanted to send a message to the rest of them. It was really intense. There are things I think are weird, like growing up. Like, I grew up in a small town outside of Boston, and now I'm here, and there's just strange little differences. Like, my small towns don't have homeless people. We don't have homeless people. We do have town characters, which is very similar. Ignore him, he's just a little bit of local color. We call him Hungry Steve. He just always seems to be, sitting there with his friends with Chattering Joe and oh God, where are my wife and kids, Henry. Yeah. There's also, what's fun being back home is living in an environment where no one really wants to be famous. I think that's kind of fun, it's kind of refreshing, because in LA everyone just wants to be famous. And I think it's one of the more disgusting qualities that there is. But what really blows my mind in Los Angeles especially is that people use the idea of I'm going to be famous someday to really just excuse every terrible decision they've made in their lives. They'll just like give you little apocryphal stories like, you know, Harrison Ford was a dishwasher at Denny's for 5 years before he got discovered. Awesome. You know who else was a dishwasher at Denny's for 5 years? The night manager at Denny's. Maybe grow up a bit, I don't know. I hate that saying, like, shoot for the moon if you miss, you'll land amongst the stars. No, shoot for the moon and miss, you'll be spiraling into the darkness and wondering where it all went wrong. I don't know, I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Because like also like I mean LA, I guess the balance is that there are like interesting people. Like all of my friends are comedians. They're really weird, messed up, dark, tortured, like horrible people, and I love them to death. But then there are people like I mean like really messed up people. That's my type. If you have gone through something really awful, came out the other side and are a better person, you're an interesting person now. If nothing bad has ever happened to you, I'm very, very glad to hear that, but also, God, you were so boring. And there's nothing worse than boring people who think that they're interesting. Everyone here thinks they're interesting. Just these like little sayings and phrases like to make them think they're quippy. Like, man, I really hate magic. I hate magicians. They all look like pedophiles. Really? I got a buddy who hates magicians because at his 9th birthday he learned what a burning dove smells like. That's interesting. No honey for me. No, it's just, I don't like honey. It's just bee vomit, you know. Really? I have an ex who hates honey because her dad was a beekeeper and it gets so much worse. There's a story there. That's a lot better, I think. I was thinking about this, just all this, like, you know, growing up, goals, stuff like that, because like I turned 30 recently. 30 is a very weird age, because now literally any party I go to could become an engagement party without a warning. Like that sounds terrifying. And just to let you know, like, how being a grown-up is going, I keep telling myself, like, I gotta just be more mature and more of an adult. I saw a guy outside earlier walking a dachshund with long fur, and I went, oh, that guy's got a hairy wiener. That's how it's going. Also, I realized that I was in, so you've been down CVS when you're like right at the checkout, there's that weird stand of toy cars. Like it's always just some sort of toy, but it's mostly toy cars. And there was a, dachshund jokes, not really killing it with the crowd. So there's that weird stand of toy cars, and I was looking at a row, and there was like a Corvette, like a fire truck, and then like a Honda Civic. Like, who is that toy for? It's for parents who raise their kids with reasonable goals. You can be anything you want, Sebastian, as long as it is dental. That's great. My parents raised me with a very, very reasonable goal. My goal is that if I get all the way to the end of my life, my obituary does not contain the phrase, until the neighbors notice the smell, I win. I guess that's the Thank you guys very much.